Joe. Crazy Joe. Yeah, I'm Crazy Joe. I be running through the snow. Got no pants, got no shirt, got no mother.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. I have another physical media review for you today. This one was sent to me for review by our friends at Universal. And this one is a doozy. This one is huge. It is absolutely huge. And obviously, due to the size, I haven't really even been able to, there's a lot of content here. And I've dug into it a little bit, but there's only so much time in the day. And what we have here is 12 seasons worth of television. We have here the complete series of Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote on Blu-ray, starring Angela Lansbury. This show ran for 12 seasons. 12 seasons on CBS. This is a massive box set. I joked around that you could murder somebody with this box set. You could bludgeon them with it. There's a lot here. There's an awful lot here. You have all 12 seasons and 4 made-for-TV movies. Apparently, after the show ended, they came back with reunion movies, and those are on here as well. So let's dig in here. Obviously, I have not watched all 12 seasons. There's not enough time in the day. So what I did was, first I dived into season 1. So let me watch the first couple of episodes. I kind of came up with a game plan. So I'm going to watch the first couple of episodes. Then I remembered there was a memorable crossover episode with Magnum PI. I'm thinking of old 80s TV shows now. There was a memorable crossover with Magnum PI. I said, I'll watch the first couple episodes of season 1. Then I'll dive into the Magnum PI crossover episode. And then I'll jump to season 8, because season 8 is when Babylon 5 creator J. Michael Straczynski became one of the head writers on the show. And I'm a big Babylon 5 fan, so I thought, let's see J. Michael Straczynski's contributions. So that's what I did. I went with season 1 first. Now, season 1, look at this. You get the disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, three discs here. No, actually, there's more. There's 5 discs in season 1. All the episodes are listed on the side here. That's how they do it with all of them. They're on both sides, so you have to remove disc 5 to see what's listed under there. But, of course, I'm trying to do this while I talk. Easier said than done. Yeah, so you have to remove disc 5 to see what's on discs 3, 4, and 5. Disc 1's a little easier. Or side 1 is a little easier, because there's no disc there. There's a space for a disc there. It's got a spindle, but there's only 5 discs in the season, so disc 1 starts over here. So I watched the pilot. Movie-length pilot, by the way. I don't think I'd ever seen the pilot episode of Murder. I've seen, random episodes of Murder. It was on all the time back in the 80s. This was like a Sunday night staple back in the 80s. I wasn't a religious viewer of this, but I don't think you made it through the 80s without seeing Murder, She Wrote at least once or twice. There was also an attraction at Universal Studios, Florida for a long time. A Murder, She Wrote attraction, believe it or not. So yeah, I watched the first couple episodes of season 1, presented in their original aspect ratio. It looks great, sounds great. So then I decided, after watching the first 2 episodes, I'm going to dive into the Magnum PI crossover. So, season 3. That happens on season 3. And here's what's kind of cool. Part 1 was on Magnum PI. Part 2 was on Murder, She Wrote. They give you both episodes on here. The Magnum PI episode is on the Murder, She Wrote box set. It's listed as a bonus episode. Bonus episode, novel connection, Magnum PI. Right there. Now, here's where we hit a snag. And by the way, I reached out to Universal. I never heard back. I wanted to know if this was a problem with the discs or if it's just a problem with my disc. Did I get a defective disc, or is this a problem across the board? I never got an answer. And I don't know anyone else who has the set, so I can't ask them either. But the The disc that Novel Connection is on, season 3, disc 2, wasn't playing right. The first couple times I put it in my Blu-ray player, the Blu-ray player couldn't read the disc. I took it out finally it read the disc, but it would not play Novel Connection. It played maybe half of the MacGyver episode. I keep saying MacGyver, Magnum PI. It played like a half an hour of Magnum PI, of the Magnum PI part of the crossover. And then it just froze. All right. Just so happens I have the complete series of Magnum PI. So I put on Novel Connection from here. I thought, okay, if Novel Connection is all that's freezing up, I'll just watch it on my Magnum PI box set. Then I'll get back to Murder, She Wrote. So I watched part 2, the Murder, She Wrote episode. No problem. No hitch. Played through fine. No issues. But the Magnum PI episode on my disc would not play all the way through. It froze halfway through the episode. Did I get a bad disc? Is there a bad disc in my set, or are they all like this? I really don't know. I wish I could tell you. And that's where I learned something interesting. Because I watched the Magnum PI episode off the Magnum PI set, there's 2 versions of that episode. There's 2 versions of the episode Novel Connection. The original broadcast version, which I assume is what's on this disc, though I don't know for sure because it didn't play all the way through, ends with a cliffhanger that gets picked up on Murder, She Wrote. However, the version on the Magnum PI box set, they changed the ending to close the story on Magnum without crossing over into Murder, She Wrote. So I guess when they stripped Magnum PI in syndication, you wouldn't get half a story because there was, if you're watching Magnum PI 5 nights a week, you may never see that Murder, She Wrote episode. So they changed the ending so that the story that had a cliffhanger ending originally and continued on Murder, She Wrote is self-contained on the Magnum PI set. Now, which version is on the Murder, She Wrote set? I'm assuming it's the one that has the ending that leads into Murder, She Wrote. But I can't verify that because the disc wouldn't play. So, there you go. Then I dove into season 8, which is the seasons where J. Michael Straczynski was in charge, and she was working in New York City. So she moves from her little small town to New York City in season 8. This is a really well done box set. If you are a Murder, She Wrote fan, you're going to be very happy with this. It's got everything you could possibly want. All the episodes presented well. Aside from that snag on disc 3, I didn't come across any other issues. I wish I could tell you if it was just mine or if they're all bad. I really don't know. So you got a lot of bonus features on here spread out over the course of all these discs. So one is the Great 80s Flashback, Origin of a Series, interview with Angela Lansbury and members of her cast and crew, Recipe for a Hit, interviews with Angela Lansbury and the cast, crew, guest stars, Magnum PI crossover episode that didn't play, America's Top Sleuths, a Sleuth Channel countdown of the top sleuths in television and film, and The Perils of Success, an interview with Angela Lansbury and members of the cast and crew. So there you go. Those are the special features right there. I got to be careful. Those discs are ready to pop out. There you go. And then we have, like I said, all 12 seasons plus 4 TV movies. Do we have the titles of these movies? I'm sure we do. South by Southwest, A Story to Die For, The Last Free Man, and The Celtic Riddle. Those are the 4 made-for-TV movies. So there you have it. The complete series of Murder, She Wrote. This is a heck of a box set. If you are a fan of Murder, She Wrote or a fan of 80s television, this is something that will probably be of great interest to you. This was one of the great 80s TV shows. 12 seasons. There's not many shows that last that long. When I think of like long-running 80s TV shows, even Cheers capped out at 11 seasons. This went longer than Cheers. What else is there? The Simpsons? I mean, can we consider The Simpsons an 80s show? It started in 1989, so most of its run was in the 90s through now. It had a couple months in the 80s. Yeah, I don't know. This may be, if this isn't the longest running show of the 80s, it's definitely up there. So if you are a fan of 80s television, if you are a fan of TV sleuths and murder procedurals, Universal's got you covered. Complete series of Murder, She Wrote. And you can see these are flopping around. That's because I took disc 1 and 3 out. So I'll plug them in here. I'm not putting them in order. I don't know if that might trigger some of you. But there you go. All 12 seasons and the 4 TV movies. So I want to thank Universal for sending me this for review. This is a heck of a nice box set. I wish I had answers on disc 3, the bonus episode of Magnum P.I. Is my disc a fluke, or is it a problem with the set? I don't know. I mean, if you know, comment down below. But Universal didn't get back to me. So there you go. Until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.